Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Roman and I are going to be finishing up the digging of the footings in the underground movie theater. We've been working on this for several days, but today is the day. We're gonna get it done. Hey everybody, you're watching Cole the Corn Star, and welcome to the 100% restoration and remodel of my great-great-grandfather's $7,000 mansion, and welcome to Corn Star Farms. If you take a look in the underground movie theater, you can see we pretty much have all of the footings area dug out, other than the spot over there in the corner where the mini excavator is sitting. The mini excavator is sitting in the spot that is going to house the staircase that is going to shoot straight above Roman up to where that camera is sitting, and that is going to allow us to be able to, number one, have a fire escape to get out of the underground movie theater if we need to, and then number two, it's going to be a straight shot into the garage, so when we have furniture that we want to bring down here, we can just bring it in nice and easy, because over on this side of the house, we have the other entrance into the underground movie theater, and this staircase is not quite as forgiving when it comes to trying to get a couch down it, basically because this will not be access to the outside of the house when we get everything done, and this is a super tight bend. So Roman is doing some head scratching down there right now and some digging so he can get some measurements and find out exactly how big of an area that we need to dig out to be able to house our stairs and not have them be too steep and not have them be so flat that we end up having to dig out 30 feet into the garage. And then on the farm side of things today, right now my brother Cooper is in the skid loader. He's moving these hay bales that are sitting in the driveway. He's getting those off in the field, so that way when we start corn harvest and start dumping things down in here, they're out of the way. So they already got the combine ready, they got 2 semis ready. They are going to start harvesting right here behind the house. There's 25 acres of soybeans left here, and then once they get done here, then they're going to go right on the other side of that building site to my Uncle Orlyn's farm, and they're going to get started down there. And then my dad, he's over on the horizon right now on that closest building site, and he is unloading a semi, and then he should have a grain bin full, so he's going to be moving to another one here in just a few minutes. Now we are in a pretty dry spell right now. We haven't really got much rain for the last 6 weeks, and I guess yesterday there was a few fires in the neighborhood, so it sounds like we're gonna maybe get one of our tractors together on a tillage implement too, so that way if a fire breaks out in the neighborhood, we have a tractor hooked up where we can go work some ground in front of a fire if something gets out of control. There's about a 15-mile-an-hour breeze today, so as dry as it is and as dead as everything is, if you get a fire, that can spread extremely quickly and cause a lot of damage. So we're gonna try to get our firefighter hat put on today, see if we can harvest some soybeans and dig out some footings in the underground movie theater. So today should be a really good day, and that's the plan, but as we all know, plans are subject to change, especially during harvest season. My dad is not wasting any time today. He's got that semi empty, so now all 3 semis are ready to rock and roll. We're probably gonna have to move over to the other bin here now. And then to throw another, whoa, I think I just broke the chair. Yep, I split it, whoops. But as I was saying, to throw another curveball into the mix, I have some office work that I need to take care of this morning. So Roman's gonna get started in the underground movie theater. I'm gonna get started on my office work. Cooper's moving the hay bales, and they're waiting for the dew to burn off so that way we can get started combining. So things are going to get started here very quickly.
We have our working area cut out for us, literally cut out for us. So we're gonna put our lines back up so we have some reference to measure off of. After giving it a final thought, I think we can start digging. It is a much better view when you look at everything above and you're trying to think anything that might happen ahead. So I have a feeling we should be okay to start digging, because after we dig this, it's not gonna be very easy to get back in there. So we better think twice before we dig everything out and call it good.
And just like that, D-U-N, done. Oh, dusty. Got it. There we go, we got a nice big hole. Looks like the spreader is holding on by one bolt. Whoa, looks a little different in here than I remember. You know, when we get this full, we should unhook all this stuff so then we can get it out when we end up grain vacuuming it out. So Dad's gonna try to get this hogger centered up right over this hole. He's kind of got to work around that building and that power line, so could be a little challenging. That looks pretty good. I dislike climbing down grain bins without stairs with a passion. Especially this part right here. I don't know if they had smaller feet back in the day or what. I doubt it. 2 feet wide. And not the long way. Yep, you're good. See how our new spot works? It's kind of tight there on the left side with that block building, and then it's a little bit tight on the right side with this grain bin. Oh, look at that. We got plenty of room. Sweet. That back bin is now full. We have a half a dump in this one, so 9.5 more. This one will be filled up. This thing is working awesome. By the way, if you're interested in one of these drive over conveyors, we got ours from Ulrich Sales from Dave the Auger Man, so I'll put the link down in the description if you want to give them a call if you'd like to pick one up. This thing has been absolutely super handy, especially for my dad. He can just pull right up with the semi and he can open up the traps. It doesn't leave a big mess by any means whatsoever. We've dumped like 40 some loads of beans already, and actually 50.5 with that one, and this is pretty much all the mess that he has made, which is a big deal for him. And it's super convenient and easy to get off and on. You don't have to worry about swinging the swing hopper out under the truck and getting too close or getting in the wrong positions. So check out the link in the description. Give Dave the Auger Man a jingle. Hey, I have some good news. Now that Cooper got this done back here, our yield data came in, so we can look at it on our phone and actually see how the field did. Looking at it here, the entire field averaged 67.4, and it would have yielded a lot higher, probably in the low to maybe even mid 70s if it were not for this part of the field up here. I decided to do a test last fall where I put a bunch of extra fertilizer on and I plowed it. And when I plowed it, it must have dried out the field over here, because this was the area I put a ton of fertilizer on, and it was the area that I plowed. So this area, well, the whole field was a Champion Seed 253E. So it was their 2.5 maturity soybean. And Yeah, so you can see up here where we plowed, it just dried out. Then down here, this normally does not do very good, and it did phenomenally this year. And then this area, we had a lot of spots. Like you can zoom in on this, click on this dark green, and doing almost 84 right there. That is absolutely fantastic. 89 right there, bunkers. And then we had the champion 2.9 right here in this spot that's a little bit lighter. Still a lot of green in there, just not as much dark green as we had right there. But champion seed was absolutely performing. And well, if we would have had a wetter August, maybe we would have had a better result over here, but you don't know until you try. And honestly, with that fertilizer being there, it is going to stay there, and we are going to be able to get to use it in future crops, and it takes time to build that up. So I'm so excited to see how that test turned out. Just this year, it didn't really turn out the best for me, which, hey, it still did 60, so it could have done 30, so we're not gonna complain, because 56 is the 10-year average for our farm, so it's still better than the 10-year average. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our next field, which is Uncle Orlyn's. How's it working?
Cooper says it's pulling really hard. Really hard.
Are they green yet?
Well, I don't know. You see some green stems, but I don't know if it's this way it's twisted a little bit, but he's having to run really slow.
Oh yeah, if we look at the stems and the stuff Cooper's already cut, that's a nice green one right there. Then we got a green, they got a green. That is a honking stem too, just look at that thing. Wow, but yeah, those are what is pulling hard. So there's another one right there, there's another one right there. We have not had a killing frost yet, so this is kind of expected. You basically just have to slow the combine down and roll with the punches. And I think right here, we could have potentially had maybe some diseases of some sort, so they haven't dropped their leaves yet. It's a little bit of a wet area through here sometimes. It looks like it kicks out of it once you get up the hill a little ways. No boy. With Cooper, this is a champion seed 294, so it's a 2.9 maturity. It's averaging 70.3 right now, and we're just getting the field opened up, so we should be looking at even some better yields in the back, at least if history kind of repeats itself based on how this farm usually produces. But Cooper's gonna keep running. We're running like 3.5 miles an hour, so really it's not as bad as I thought. We're still getting a lot done, and last two farms, so they're gonna keep plugging away and try to get as much done here tonight as they can. Now before it gets dark, I'm gonna hop down in here in the underground movie theater. I have a big dirt pile there that I need to get removed with the skid loader, so that way I can get the mini excavator out. And then I have quite a bit of hand digging I need to do in the bottom right here and in the middle right there, so that way we can get the bottoms all cleaned up and get things nice and square in the corners. There we go, look at that. We got all of our footings dug out over here. Everything is down to grade. If anything, it needs to be brought up a little bit with some of the rock that we have here in the middle. We got the bump out all dug over there. We got the area where the staircase is going to be dug. Roman did a phenomenal job over here. We got the backside all leveled down. We could potentially be a little high, maybe right here where the light is shining. I need to get the laser in here to find out for sure, but we should be pretty close. At least we got the bulk of it out. We got some areas that may need a little rock to lift them up, like right here. That is all dug there. And then we got the footing dug over here. So look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We have all of the footings dug. The only one that we have left is not an exterior footing. This is an interior footing. And we basically just need to get this squared up. But I want to do this in the light so I can actually see a little bit better. So we got a lot done today down here. It's just after 8 o'clock now, and we are still maintaining a nice breeze, so that means the dew is not going to be setting in, at least for a good little while. So Zach and Cooper are still running in the combine. Dad just called. He asked if I would come get him because he wants to bring another semi out to the field, because I think he wants to quit a little bit before the other guys. So if we can get 3 semis out there in the field for them, then they can keep running, then hopefully be able to get most of that field done tonight. Never mind, I guess my mom just took Dad, so I just drove down here, and I guess they did not need my vehicle driving services. So looking at how Cooper's doing here in the field, he does not have his auto syncing on right now, so it's not painting the field for me until he shuts his monitor off, but I can see where he is located in the field. He's going 3.5 miles an hour right now, and the spot he is in is yielding 72.7, which is phenomenal. Ooh, it just went up. 73.8. So I think he's just got this back little sliver basically from where he is now over to this side right here. So he is just about done. He's got all of this already completed, and it's just after 9 o'clock now. So it sounds like they're gonna try to get done here tonight, and then hopefully we'll be able to get done with our last soybean field tomorrow, because the day after tomorrow they're talking extreme winds. So we kind of figured if we could get out of the field before the extreme winds come in, then we'll just kind of decide just to take that day off, because when you're combining, when it's that windy, if something goes wrong, something goes really wrong, which we don't want. You hear that? That wind is not messing around. For supper tonight, Mama Cornstar, she outdid herself here. We got some chicken, we got some rice, and I'm gonna throw my habanero hot sauce on that. I love this stuff. And then we got some light reading that we're gonna be doing.
Don't forget the pea salad.
Oh yeah, you got the pea salad over there. And then for dessert, I have some whole milk Greek yogurt with orange juice in it. I know it probably sounds disgusting, but it's actually really good. And if you would like to give this a try, I prefer the whole milk Greek yogurt from Aldi. So whatever this one is right here. And just fair warning, like the first 4 times you eat it, it's going to taste like sour cream. You just gotta get through the first 4 times, and then your taste buds become acclimated, and then it's really good. I ended up reading all of these, so I got my light reading in for the night. Oh boy, it's just after 11 o'clock. I just looked on the Excavating app, and Cooper is still running out in the field, so they have got to be getting close to getting that field wrapped up. I don't think I'm gonna stay up to see if they finish out or not. I guess we'll find out in the morning. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'm calling it a night. We'll see you in the next one.